Those Were the Days is filmed before a live internet audience.
Stardate 3/9/2026. 4 intrepid adventurers are out on a space station in the middle of nowhere with nothing to do. So what do? We fire up the old Hollow Suite. That's right. And tonight on the team in the Hollow Suite, I'm joined by ensign and second baseman Travis.
Now listen, night of the game, you might feel a slight sting. That's just pride messing with you. Screw pride. Pride only hurts. It never helps. You fight through that stuff. Because a year from now, when you're kicking it in the Gamma Quadrant, you're going to say to yourself, TV's Travis was right.
And she sure has an arm and a knack for battle strategy. It's Amy.
So we talk a lot on this show about how we sometimes are activated like sleeper agents, pulling things from our memory that we don't even remember that we knew. And for this, after being out of being a baseball fan for quite a few years, I was surprised to learn that I still remember the symbol for bunt.
And when he's not mending broken bones, he's tagging them out at home. It's Audie.
Cisco, Vulcans will come, Cisco. They'll come to DS9 for reasons they can easily fathom, because they'll need repairs. They'll turn up your docking bay knowing for sure why they're doing it. They'll arrive at your door as innocent as children, longing for repairs. Of course, we don't mind if you look around, you'll say. It's only what we're here for. And they'll pass us over through without even thinking about it, for it is repairs they need and peace they lack. And they'll walk out to the bleachers of the Hollow Suite, sit in the shirt sleeves on a perfectly simulated afternoon. They'll have reserved seats somewhere along one of the baselines where they sat last week on their holodeck and cheered their colleagues. And they'll play the game, and it'll be as if they dipped themselves in scientific waters. The logic will be so thick, they'll have to brush it away from their faces. Vulcans will come, Ray. And the one constant through all the universe, Cisco, has been competition. The Federation has rolled by like an army of steamrollers. It's been erased like a blackboard, rebuilt and erased again. But competition has marked the time. This field, this game, it's a part of our long, long, long past, Cisco. It reminds us all of what was good and what could be again. Oh, Vulcans will come, Cisco. Vulcans will most definitely come.
Tonight, playing the part of Terrence Mann, it's Audie.
Well,
I regret not going with if you simulate it, they will come, but here we are.
well done, Audie. There for a minute, I thought we were going to run out of music. I was like, boy, I don't know if the audience has ever heard this part of this song.
It's a banger.
Yeah.
That is known as talking it to the post, everybody.
And I forgot to introduce myself, but I am your host tonight, Steven, and we are going on a journey. If you may not have figured it out from our intros, we are going to deep space. The 9 of the deep space, you may say.
The Deep Space Niners.
The Deep Space Niners.
Incredible.
With Star
So
Trek.
good.
And before we get started, audience, I just want you to know, yes, I'm aware that the theme this month is sports. And this episode fits the theme. Thank you very much. I went out, I'll just address the Klingon in the room and say that I have no idea what this show is about. I have never seen it. I have no relationship to it. I just set out to find the most off-brand theme episode I could possibly find. And I wandered into Star Trek Deep Space Nine and a episode with baseball in it. So the facts I give may or may not be accurate. The characters that I think I know, I probably don't. So if I say something that offends your Star Trek sensibilities, feel free to send your hate mail to thosewerethedayshow@gmail.com, and I will happily read it for you. But I have some very deep Star Trek fans on the docket tonight with me, so they will help me, guide me through this nonsense that I'm about to rattle off about the show. But first, I want to know if you guys even know anything about Deep Space Nine. Let's start with Amy.
So when this show was on, I watched the beginning of it, but I was deeply a Next Generation girl, and this is very much not that. So I kind of fell off. But as I can't remember if I mentioned it on the show or in the post show last week, I just finished a complete rewatch of all of Deep Space Nine, having finished the finale just before recording last week and saying, good, that's finished. I don't have to go back. Only to find out I was immediately going back. It's not my favorite Star Trek by any stretch. However, there are a lot of highlights. There's a lot of really great characters, and they're not always used to their peak. I'm sad that we didn't get Garrick in this episode, as Garrick is top tier. But we do get some Odo, who is possibly the best character in the show.
Yes. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Yeah, I did. I saw Odo. I was like, who is that?
Renee
Oh, I know that.
Auberge Noir.
Yeah, what a name. Like,
Yeah.
Man, I wish I was that cool. I have a boring name in comparison. Audie, how about your relationship to this show?
You know, Star Trek The Next Generation was my Star Trek. And then everything after that I knew existed. I'll put it that way. But I didn't watch or follow any of it. I knew of Deep Space Nine. Just it's one of those things where, you know, if you know and like Star Trek enough and you hear about it, you kind of absorb it, you know, one way or the other.
It's really good in meme form.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I knew about a lot of these characters. I knew the names and stuff. I knew Worf was on there. I was like, ooh, Worf and O'Brien. I know those people.
Yeah.
And then some of the others like, oh, okay. So you're people who are here too. Okay, cool.
That's great.
So this is my first time really watching an episode.
All right, perfect. And TV's Travis.
So I can remember sitting down to watch the pilot premiere episode of Star Trek Deep Space Nine. I was deep into, I had watched the original series. I had watched the animated series. I was all about TNG. That was my show. This one started. I liked it. However, at the time, I was like, wait, this isn't a captain, and they don't have a ship, and they're not trekking anywhere. What is this in my Star Trek? And so initially, I didn't love Deep Space Nine, but I appreciated it, and I did watch it. And I've grown to appreciate it more over time because it did some things differently. It got a little bit more serialized in some of its storytelling. And it also did a thing that Roddenberry did not like, which is interpersonal conflict between the characters. But they baked it in a way that I really I appreciated. And it had Odo, who is phenomenal. Renee is just so good as that character. When they brought O'Brien and they brought in Worf, and just everything that they did with it, I loved the characters. I grew to really like Cisco over time because he's just weird. He's just weird enough to he's so different from somebody like a Picard that I can appreciate that. He's not Captain Picard. He's not Will Riker. He's not on that level, but I grew to like him more and more over time. So no, I enjoyed Deep Space Nine, but it's not my favorite Trek. That's still Next Generation. Always will be.
And I think calling it Star Trek Deep Space Nine is better than just calling it Space Outpost. A working title of the show. I had a lot of fun with this episode, but it's tough to watch a show with so much history, particularly watching a late game episode when you're talking about Deep Space Nine, which from my understanding did a lot more building upon previous episodes than any other Star Trek did. Star Trek,
it's it's not Monster of the Week.
Right. You're right. Those shows, there's actually a word for it I found in Wikipedia. It was like status quo something. I don't know, it's Latin. But anyway, it just basically means we're going to start somewhere, we're going to go on an adventure, and we're going to end where we started, which is back to going to the next place. That was a big thing. It wasn't status quo. It had a different way. Anyway, it's in the Wikipedia. Go find it. It's fine. It's somewhere out there. But that was neat coming in and seeing these characters like established, and you're kind of feeling like I picked a filler episode in this giant story. It felt fillery to me, not that I have.
Yeah, I
much
mean,
to
when
go
in
on.
doubt, it's like when in, that's been the Star Trek hallmark, right? Is when in doubt, do a holodeck episode.
Is that it? Okay.
And it's part of too,
Mhm.
it's, because unlike a lot of the other Star Treks, Deep Space Nine is way more of a bottle show.
Mm-hmm.
Until they figured out that they couldn't actually write that for that long, and they gave them a ship so they could go places. But I like it as a bottle show. And so, you kind of need that like holodeck to get you out of there. I think the one thing, aside from not having Garrick in this episode, I think the bigger thing, as for someone who hasn't watched this show before, is that the Dax is Ezri and not Jadzia. And she's fine, but Jadzia is way better.
So the character of Dax, Stephen, and for anybody who hadn't watched, Ezri Dax came along. The Dax is a Trill.
Yes.
And they are a symbiote character that moves from body to body.
It's a
so
worm.
there's a point. There's a point in this episode where Cisco talks to Ezri and calls her old man.
Yeah.
Because in the pilot of the series, Dax has moved from an old man into Jadzia, who was played by Terry Farrell. And she was amazing. She was great. I think she was in the first 5 seasons.
I think so.
And so there was a running, and Cisco and Dax had a history together. So he was always
in
calling
that previous body.
Yeah. So he was always calling her old man, and they were friends for a long time. And then Terry Farrell decided to leave the series, and so they changed her to Ezri Dax, who again, fine, but not the same. Just didn't have the same dynamic. It's tough when you change that character that far into the series.
A couple times.
But yeah, that was one bummer for me, was that not having Garrick or really any Cardassians.
It was really surprising though, because if you look at the number of episodes Garrick is actually in, it is very few. But he is
one
just
of those that makes a big impression.
He is so memorable.
Yeah.
So he's a tailor, and definitely not a Cardassian spy, but is a tailor. And so I did imagine him lovingly hand embroidering all these like baseball hats, just like his little glasses down the end of his nose, just making their little outfits.
That's awesome.
Because that was one thing with Deep Space Nine, was I don't think it introduced the Cardassians, but it really solidified the Cardassians.
Yeah.
Cardassians and Bajorans, and there was a whole conflict going on there. That's where the space station comes from, all of that. So not having that in this episode, there's a good bit of Deep Space Nine that deals with that, and then the Dominion War, which was a whole other thing. But it was fun too to see some of the side characters like Rom get a little bit more to go here, because I love Rom. He's great.
Yeah. Yeah, Rom was a lot. I liked all the characters in this thing. They were all pretty great.
I will say this is the most animated Cisco you get in the entire series.
Really?
He is very mellow, and that's like the problem that I mostly have with him is he'll deliver these very impassioned speeches, and he's talking about life or death and the end of the universe, and we're just going to say it like this. And it's like, okay, all right.
He also has a knack for the ha 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 laugh.
Yeah.
That I got a few times when that I hate it. It's fine if you laugh like that. I mean, that's great. I'm happy for you.
Avery Brooks is such a different kind of cat. And I might have mentioned this before, but there's the documentary The Captains, where somebody went and they talked to Shatner and Patrick Stewart and Kate Mulgrew and Avery Brooks and Scott Bakula. And Avery Brooks in that documentary is basically just sitting at the piano playing jazz the whole time.
That's awesome.
And it's really he's just out there doing his own thing.
So real quick, Deep Space Nine is one that I thought was genuinely panned. I mixed up my series. Is which one is the Star Trek that people are like, I don't think anybody likes it? Is it Voyager or is it?
Enterprise.
No.
It's Enterprise.
Enterprise.
It's the Scott Bakula one.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the one nobody likes.
And that
It's
was
fine.
the tough one because they went back, right?
Yeah.
It's a prequel. It's set before
Okay.
everything. It's
That's
set before
always
the
hard to
original
do.
series.
No,
Oh,
Voyager
dang.
is incredible.
Okay, Voyager,
Um,
good.
Voyager is very good.
Enterprise, not good. Okay.
And what's amazing is, it's hard to believe, but from 1987 until I believe the end of Enterprise,
Mm-hmm.
there was a Star Trek series on television that entire time.
Wow.
Because there was
Mhm.
overlap between Next Generation and Deep Space Nine and Voyager, and then Voyager and Enterprise.
Mhm.
All overlapped and all ran. So that was almost 20 years
Yeah.
straight.
Yeah, that's
there
a
was
lot.
a series on, which is, it's impressive to do.
Yeah, you really crafted a universe with just different angles you can look at it from.
Well, and that
Mhm.
was the beauty, right? Like
Yeah.
TNG is a different series from Deep Space Nine, which is a different series from Voyager.
Mhm.
They each had
Right.
kind of their own thing going on. Voyager they're off in the Alpha Quadrant, and they're just out. There is no Federation really, or sort of.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
all they've played around with that, but like
Mhm.
I liked how they did that and made each series unique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have to do that. And just to get into a little bit about this series in particular, it was created by Rick Berman and Michael Piller. Is the 4th Star Trek series. Like you said, there's original TNG. Well, I guess there would have been another one. You just mentioned them all.
Animated.
The animated. Okay. And then this one. It had a handful of firsts for Star Trek, which is pretty great. It was the first Star Trek series to be created without direct involvement of Gene Roddenberry, the franchise creator. It was the first set on a space station rather than a traveling starship, and the first to have an African American as its central character, which is pretty great. Like, that's a lot of good stuff on paper when you look at it. I don't know about the Gene Roddenberry thing. I don't know if people love, hate that idea of him not being there. But, I mean, as someone who's stepping in from outside of Star Trek, seems like interpersonal conflict is probably a good thing sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, it just, to me,
Especially
it's
if you're
more
not doing
realistic.
Monster of a Week.
Yeah,
Right.
You have
Right.
to. There's a thing in like writing, and people who are smarter than me know this, but like you always have to have your character want something and something get in the way. Like your
Yeah.
character, if it just wants a sandwich, it has to want something, and something has to get in the way. And when you're crammed in a space station, the only thing you really get in your way is other people. Which is pretty great. Actually, wanting a sandwich and putting conflict in the way is the plot of Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle. Just
Yeah,
add
my,
that. That's a-
my theater 1 teacher in college, when he was talking about motivation, he was saying that it doesn't have to be a big thing. Sometimes you just need a rug to tie the room together.
Ah,
Mm.
yes. Yeah, that's okay. The Coen brothers love it. It doesn't have
Yeah.
to matter. It could just needs to be something.
It just needs to be important to the person.
give them something.
And everything
to do.
can go very wrong.
Yeah, it's great. And those are fun stories to me. The things with inconsequential thing, just like a butterfly flapping its wings. It just makes
Yeah.
absolute chaos for that person. According to co-creator Berman, he and Piller considered setting the new series on a colony planet, but putting it in the space station seemed to appeal to more viewers, and the money required to take them on location would be high, so it's easier to talk the studio into just single location shooting, just one set all the time. They also didn't want the show set aboard a starship because TNG was in production at the time. And
Yeah.
in Berman's words, I love this. It seemed ridiculous to have 2 shows, 2 casts of characters that were off going where no man has gone before.
Yeah.
It's like, what are we doing? You go that way, I'll go this way. More stuff. Yeah, and we talked about the interpersonal conflicts on TNG. This was also the suggestion of TNG's writers, many of whom also wrote for DS9, who said that Roddenberry's prohibition of conflicts within the crew restricted their ability to write compelling, dramatic stories. In Pillar's words, he said, people who come from different places, honorable, noble people, will naturally have conflicts. The series took a more cynical view of human nature and the United Federation of Planets than the utopian vision presented in The Next Generation, and unlike its predecessor, it featured main characters who were not from the Federation and could offer an alternative perspective, which is really cool. Like, why not goof around with your whole galaxy, you got a universe of these characters. Like,
Space is big.
it's big.
It is.
You're
It
gonna
is.
disagree.
And I really enjoyed that aspect of it because it's like watching, the Star Wars series like Andor, where it's not focused
Yep.
on Jedi.
Yeah.
You get to see other parts of this world. It makes the world feel bigger and more lived in now because you don't just have the Federation and occasionally running into some Klingons or Romulans. You've got Klingons and Romulans and Cardassians and Bajorans, and they're all in one place
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and crossing over. And then you throw they didn't have it in this episode, but the wormhole.
Yeah.
That goes to the Gamma Quadrant. And you've got that thing going on there.
They're
And-
basically a space Buckies.
Yeah. Pretty much.
That's wonderful.
Right down to having a bar. And that was another
Yeah.
fun thing, was adding in like the bar aspect of it and Quark running that. And you can deal with the Ferengi, and the Ferengi gets so much more fleshed out in this
Yeah, they
series.
do.
Yeah.
And they're wonderful. I love Quark and Rom and Nog and the Grand Nagus.
The Grand Nagus. Oh.
I liked them all a lot. Like, I thought the Ferengi, I guess my impression, almost everything I know about Star Trek, I know from Daryl on the morning stream. for
Sure.
years. That's all. That is, if you had to understand where I'm coming from, it's all Daryl. And
Sure.
the Ferengis have always seemed super ridiculous to me. And I
Oh, they
loved-
are.
Well, they are, but they also there was sincerity in them in this episode, and maybe that's through the
Mhm.
whole series. But it wasn't as dumb as it could have been, I guess, with them. Rom is a little
Yeah.
bit difficult to enjoy because he's so clueless. But I really thought they were great. I was kind of expecting to have a harder time, like them to not just be speaking normally and stuff. Like, I don't know if I'm remembering what Ferengis were like, but I always thought they had like
The
So
big one
weird.
is the human.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's kind of the biggest verbal
Okay.
tick they have.
that's the
They're
verb.
just deeply dedicated capitalists.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Like
What's really funny
aggressive.
is go back to the early episodes of TNG. The
Mhm.
first few times the Ferengi show up, they're meant to be more menacing.
Yeah.
They're meant to be scary. And very quickly, someone figured out, no, this look is not threatening at all.
No.
And let's steer into the skid. And Armin Shimmerman figured that out. And he is pitch perfect. Like, he is the hyper aggressive capitalist.
He has some of the biggest character arc of the entire series. He
Yes.
grows an awful lot over the course of that time.
Oh my.
Yeah.
I need to go back to Steve and watch Star Trek and watch more of this stuff. 'Cause I just need to. I've stopped my TNG watch through just because I fell out of it. You know how you do.
Yeah.
But I really was enjoying myself. I didn't even get to Riker's beard yet, and I heard that's when it really takes off. Is once
Oh,
Riker
wow.
grows a beard, that's when
Yeah,
the show
then
gets
you're
good.
in it.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Much very nautical.
yeah,
Got
that's
that beard. He's jumping over chairs. It's just-
yeah. I stopped before I got out of season 1. I need to pick it back up.
Yeah, okay, but season 2 is I have problems with season 2, but it's fine.
There's a lot of things that I found questionable in Star Trek, but it's great. But anyway, we're not talking about TNG. We're talking about Deep Space Nine, and we're talking about sports. And it all begins with Solok, a Vulcan guy,
Mhm.
Mhm.
taking a pit stop to get his ship repaired here at the space station, here at Deep Space Nine. He goes to see Cisco. And basically they seem to have some sort of issue with one another. And I thought I found Solok to be kind of a turd. Kind of like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
your space station's kind of inefficient. This is also
To be fair, most Vulcans are kind of turds.
right.
Yeah.
Pretty universally.
that's understandable. They don't bother with emotions. It's all these are the
No.
facts
Mm.
all the time. Makes me
Yeah.
really glad I'm not a Vulcan. But so this guy's stopping by to get his ship repaired. And this is also one of the times I found out there was a war going on I was not aware of. Because I think Cisco mentions him
Yeah.
going 50 light years to the next space station to get fixed. And it'll, or if you want to stay behind the fields of battle, you can get it fixed here. So that's something I didn't know that there was even a war going on. That's a whole different series called Star Wars. I was not aware of Star Trek Wars, but here we were. So that was kind of cool. But that also made me wonder, like, what is Deep Space Nine doing out there? We got time to play baseball games and stuff during a war. Are they like Switzerland? Are they space
There's a
station for
lot
everybody?
of times when like the entirety of the senior staff will go like do a thing, and I want to like shake them and be like, who is running the space station right now?
Yeah.
Who is that? You've left no one there. At this point, Quark is the highest ranking official on this and that's not good. Like, what have you done?
Yeah, that was kind of where I was at. But Solog basically says he's come up with a program for his senior officers, and all I could equate it to is a team building exercise.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, we're gonna go do a high ropes course, some trust falls, that kind of thing. But Solog's doing an Earth game. That Earth game being baseball. So of course Cisco challenges him to the game and assembles his senior officers, which I saw a familiar face. Oh, Cole Meany is in here.
Yes.
Okay.
I love that guy.
Yeah. He sure is.
Yeah.
I don't love the TNG characters on Deep Space Nine. Cole Meany is fine. Worf, I have a problem with. I don't like essentially anything they did with him in the course of this show. They were like, I feel like they're trying to reel us back in, right? The people like me that were like, this is not next gen. And they were like, look, Michael Dorn's here. And I'm happy for him. I'm glad.
Yeah, he needed the work.
And I love
keeps
that
a
for
steady
him.
Paycheck. I loved him in this episode.
Oh, he's great in this episode.
Yeah.
Like
kill him.
The juxtaposition of, Klingons and like baseball chatter and just Worf as a character plunked down in this is great because he's so earnest in everything that he does.
He was very Lower Decks in this episode.
Yes.
So good. He was definitely comic relief whenever I needed it. Whenever I laughed, it was usually because Worf said something.
Yep.
Kill him.
You find him and kill him. But they actually, it seems like you're right. They wanted to bait people who were into TNG back into the show because the fourth season added Worf.
Yeah.
And it kind of, I mean, I don't want to say it seems like desperate attempts to get people back, but when you do that and you kind of add them back out of nowhere as main cast, it's like, okay, yeah, we did. People loved Worf. Let's get Worf back,
Yeah.
But I'm sure Michael Dorn was happy to collect a paycheck.
And I love that for him.
Yeah, I'm happy.
O'Brien was right from the beginning. Like he pretty much came along right away. And I think that was more of, they didn't really have anything for him in TNG. That character was just going to kind of recur. And this was a chance for him to do more. So they expanded that character and they brought him and his family onto DS9.
Yeah.
So I did like that because they did a lot with him and Bashir especially. O'Brien and Dr. Bashir are just a great like buddy cop pairing.
Okay, those two definitely play Warhammer, by the way.
Oh, very much
because
so.
there is a point at which they're recreating the Alamo and they have like a full scale model. And I was like, oh, these boys are tabletop war gamers. I see.
Like they're
You're
out
on a
there.
space station. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people get in D&D because they're on an army base and they got nothing going on.
Yes.
Like we need to figure out something to do. Half the people I played D&D with learned it while they were on base in Iraq. I'm like, hey, that's what you do. The intro to the show, I just want to address it, is really bad. It's really boring. It's unbelievably boring. And maybe that's just me, but I felt like this music is taking a really long time to build to anything. And then I thought I was watching a CD-ROM version of a video, like intro of a video game.
That was of its time Star Trek because TNG, the original like longer opening of TNG had that, but the difference was because they have a ship, they did what the original Star Trek did and have the ship go past camera a bunch.
Yeah.
And they didn't do that here.
Yeah. This was
Because
people
it's just
pulling
a
into
space
Buc-ee's
station.
and refueling.
Yeah.
Like game
Exactly.
Get
So-
some corn chips.
Just getting new shots. That guy got a brisket biscuit.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great theme. It just, you're right, it takes way too long to get
Too long.
going
Yeah.
for
Mhm.
a television opening. Like one time or the opening of a movie, it works.
Yes.
Doing it for weekly for a series, no, it's rough to do. They needed to edit that down, have a shorter version.
Yeah, it's on black with the music building for way too long before you get something recognizable as a theme.
Yeah.
And I
Mhm.
appreciate an orchestral swell. You know, I'm into them. I think they're great. But this one was just too much for a TV show, I think. But we get our team put together, and some of the stuff, like there's so much going on in this episode.
Uh-huh.
But I think one of the things I enjoyed a lot was watching the crewmates talk about baseball rules
Yes.
and
It
how
was
everything
adorable.
works. Because it
Yes.
was great learning about what a fancy Dan is, because I did not know
Mhm.
that's what that was.
Fancy Dan.
I didn't know
I
that was
loved
a real
it.
thing.
Today we call that a Savannah banana.
Right, yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
But
Mhm.
I love that because it's all right. We're gonna play. Cisco is all about this. We're gonna play baseball, and everybody's in.
Mhm.
And then we just
Mhm.
smash cut to them learning the rules of baseball, and
Yeah.
like,
We'll play baseball. What's baseball?
Yeah, yeah,
how does-
yeah.
what is that?
Let's go. It's baseball time.
Or Worf just says we'll destroy them, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll-
Yeah.
Because it's
Whatever.
Worf. Worf is
Over the
perfect.
top thing that he has to say.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, I loved them going through all the rules and like talking about infield fly rule, and gets to when there's a fly and just Kira looking like a deer in the headlights. Like what a fly?
What's a fly? Yeah. It really made you think of all the terminology you have to know just to understand the rules of a given game.
Mhm.
It's like
Yeah.
your glossary. You can't use the word that you're trying to define in the word
Right.
in the description. Yeah.
The bases aren't crowded; they're loaded.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
That's important.
Mhm.
This is
I
important
liked
stuff.
crowded. I was like, no, this is an improvement. Okay. This
Well,
is
they
good.
are. It's
I'm gonna
either
start doing my own commentary. It'll be good.
I think I would listen to that,
Yeah.
whatever that is.
Yeah.
If you were to make that a thing, that would be fine by me. I
Bases are crowded, 2 outs.
I also got to see Constable Odo for the first time, who we mentioned a couple times so far.
Mhm.
Didn't know who that
Mhm.
was, but I recognized him because I had looked at the IMDb a little bit before we watched the show, and I saw the guy. And then when I saw the guy with his alien face on, I also saw the guy because it looked like someone had taken a mold of his face, made a mask out of it, and then told him to wear it.
Yep.
Yeah. So Odo is a shapeshifter,
Okay.
but Odo didn't entirely know, like he was separated from his people. It's a whole thing.
Okay.
But basically he was trying to mimic the humanoids that he wound up with.
Mhm.
And that was kind of the best he could do.
Okay.
Because faces are hard is a quote that he says. So yeah, he's a little melty.
Yes.
But he is kind of a darling. He's kind of a darling in this one.
Oh yeah.
It's
he is.
real
Oh my
good.
gosh.
I liked
'Cause-
him a lot. He took his job very seriously.
Yes,
Yes,
he did.
that's the thing with Odo is Odo takes everything very seriously,
Yeah.
and
There
Cisco,
are no half measures.
Yeah, Cisco knows that, so he was the perfect choice to be the umpire.
Yeah. I wish that I did have more context around this show, because I feel like the choices being made about who could play and what they're playing and how they're playing probably plays into their character a lot more. Maybe not as much as I think.
Yeah,
but it-
not as much as you think.
But it feels like it should. I guess Odo being maybe the main one, that being the umpire made the most
Yeah.
sense. But what I loved about the holosuite scenes is we're out on a baseball field.
Mhm.
I mean, which is obviously a holosuite. It's not real. It's just made to feel, look, and be mostly
Yeah.
real.
Mhm.
But what I couldn't get out of my head is the idea that these people have been in a makeup trailer, got dressed up in Star Trek makeup, and then went out to a real life baseball field to play some
Yep.
baseball.
Yep.
And wondering how that would have felt and what season it was.
I mean, let me tell you, they spend a lot of time on some very dusty planets that look really warm. So like Pedro does not look friendly a lot of the time. So I think this was probably a lovely afternoon.
It looked really
Right.
nice. Nobody was glistening.
No.
No, I have
Uh,
to feel like going on location in all that makeup has got to be much nicer than under hot studio lights,
You're probably right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
you know, back in the 90s. So
Back when the
Oh.
sun wasn't scorching all day. every day.
Although some of them wearing that headgear and then a baseball hat fitted
Mm.
to that headgear on
So
top.
funny.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I
funny.
adored that.
The Ferengi
were-
with the hats.
Uh-huh.
There were so many little
Worf
touches
too.
like that. The Ferengi with the hats, the fact that Worf is the only one that doesn't wear a batting helmet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because, of course, the Klingon isn't going to wear a batting helmet.
no.
That's not
Um,
honorable.
By the way, because I am, Amy will probably know this as well as a baseball fan, but Worf throwing left-handed while batting right-handed is
Incredible.
very,
Love it.
very strange because that's not common at all.
Mhm.
Well, I mean,
He doesn't know what he's doing.
No, he doesn't at all.
No.
My favorite scene, though, is Cisco bringing Jake out for the first practice, and he's given this big rah-rah speech that they don't know at all what he's saying.
Right.
And he is all about it. And then he says, all right, get about 10 meters apart, play catch. And then them playing catch.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Just,
it's so good.
Awesome.
it
Bro, you should
destroyed
have
me.
checked out your team before you were like, I'm
Yeah.
going to challenge these near professionals.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
He's
'cause
watched too many movies, man.
It's like Little
everything about
Giants,
it.
Mighty Ducks. He's got it all.
Yeah.
Like Quark is not even wearing the glove. He's just holding it folded in one hand.
I love it.
Rom has it on the wrong hand backwards
Yep.
Yeah.
and just watches the ball sail over his head all the time. Like everything. It was
Oh, Rom didn't
Absolutely
move.
amazing.
It's like he just
No.
didn't
Yeah.
understand
No.
the concept at all.
So
Um,
when I was when my nephews were little, my youngest nephew Nick and I were gonna play catch out behind the apartment building that we were living in, and there were a lot of like tree roots and stuff. So I was not like, I'm not gonna like roll an ankle to catch this ball from this 9-year-old or whatever.
Right.
And so he comes over, and I've got a baseball glove, and he's got his own baseball glove, and he takes it off and he hands it to me, and he says, "Here, this one's better for beginners." And I've literally never been burned so hard in my life.
Wow.
Absolutely brutal.
oh,
Dang.
oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's just this whole scene is just fun to watch. There's not like a lot you learn here other than that Cisco has got his work cut out for him because this is
Mhm.
a ragtag bunch of misfits. You know, we're the bad and the bears over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like you already have even the ones that are supposed to be good baseball players,
Right.
like him and Jake,
Yeah.
they don't look like they actually know what they're doing. Like
No.
Sirach
No.
Lofton never pitched through a baseball
No.
probably
No.
before this or
No. Good Lord.
any of that, which is fine. I understand that,
Yeah.
but it
I-
was just so much fun to watch the ridiculous bad news bearsness of them.
Yeah. I love
Uh-huh.
that when they pitch, you never see the pitch from the mound to the bat. It's always a cutaway because
Yeah.
you're watching the pitch. You go, "That's no way that makes it
That's
to the
not
plate.
it.
It's
Nope.
not going
No.
to do it. It's not making it there." So it's always cut away. But the Vulcans look like they had, I don't know if those were minor league players or something they cast to play some of those, but their form was a lot better.
It was.
They looked like they knew what they were doing, and probably by design. One thing I did not know until I watched this show is that Vulcans were stronger and faster than humans. I had no idea.
Mhm.
Oh
I
yeah,
did not know that was a thing. Seems like maybe Cisco should have considered that before he challenged the Vulcans.
Well,
to a
as we
game of
learned,
baseball.
he had a reason.
He
Yeah.
did. He did. We learned that in a little bit. But first, everybody got injured playing this game.
which is great.
You know what I did? I actually really liked about this whole thing is Colm Meaney,
Yeah.
playing O'Brien, is very Irish and has no
Mhm.
idea what baseball is. So it's funny
No.
that they refer to it as an Earth game, but they maintained that the Irishman is like, do what now? You know, and
Yes.
Yeah.
I liked that a lot because he
Yeah.
wouldn't. I mean, it's an American pastime. I mean, I think some people know a little bit here and there, but I went to a baseball game with a couple Australians once, and they did not know what was happening. And it was really fun explaining it to them. And I said, "Hey, you should take us to a cricket game if we're ever in Australia." And they go, "No, you would be so bored. You would not make it." Like, oh, okay.
Cricket is the only sport I know that can last for 3 days and no one wins.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. It was pretty great. But yeah, one of the things I loved out of the scene where they're kind of all getting fixed up is, you know, people had their head smashed. I think it was Nog or one of the other.
No, it was Quark got his, because it was Rom learned the important lesson that you need to look behind you
That's right.
before you swing a bat.
Yep, because
And they're
there's a
like, oh,
broken
it's
skull.
mending a couple broken bones isn't such a big deal. Or is it major surgery? And he's like, it is when it's the back of your head.
Yeah. That, by the way, after coaching Little League with my son, that is one of the scariest things is children with metal bats running around. You're like, I know I've told all of them 17 times we don't swing unless we're in the on deck or if we're batting. But they're just still running around like crazy people. So you're like, oh, someone's gonna get knocked out. So I can imagine how this felt for Cisco watching all this happen.
Yeah.
At one point, O'Brien has got a hold of some gum.
He made it.
He made the gum.
He had the replicator make him some gum.
Right, so you chew it and you infuse it with flavor. He said they infuse the gum with flavor. Another dude was, I can't remember who, said, what did you infuse it with? Scotch.
Of course.
Incredible.
I laughed so hard.
10 out of 10.
I couldn't breathe. I was like, the way he said that just killed me.
Yeah.
I absolutely loved it. There's a few things about the batters that had very I'm a toddler not taking myself seriously kind of energy, and it was anytime someone swung the bat and spun around in a circle.
Yeah.
That drove me a little nuts because I'm like, come on, we're not. Is that what we're doing? We're doing the old, I'm spinning around in a circle cartoon thing. Okay, fine. But it was fine. It's all just to continue hammering home that these people have no hope of beating anyone over anything. And we eventually get to the whole deal where we learn why Cisco challenged Solok to this thing in the first place.
Yeah.
It turns out the two have history. That back when Cisco was in college, imagine that, he got a little rowdy drunk, and Solok was fussing about, humans are inferior to Vulcans and stuff. Which, I mean,
every captain has this story about the thing that happened at the bar while they were at the academy.
Right.
Picard's was getting stabbed through the heart.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
His is the best one, I
Play
think.
Domjot, human.
Yeah, with the Nausicaans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I feel like Cisco's I was at the bar at the academy story is maybe a little anticlimactic after that.
Yeah, it's hard to top getting stabbed in the heart at the bar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, Picard got stabbed through the heart. Cisco just got his ass handed to him in a wrestling match.
Yeah, the wrestling. He challenged a Vulcan to a wrestling match at a bar while drunk.
To be fair, the wrestling match isn't necessarily the problem he has. It's the fact that then the Vulcan wrote a paper about it.
Yes. Not only that, the Vulcan wrote a paper, multiple papers.
Many papers.
Any chance he had to prove that Vulcans were superior, he used that story as an example of why. Which
Incredible.
is just petty as all get out. Come
It
on.
really is.
Yeah.
Lay off. But I mean, he's a Vulcan. What are you gonna do? And not the Vulcan I'm familiar with obviously is Mr. Spock,
Who's half human.
Yeah, who's half human and has, though is very logical, still has emotions to a degree. And when I encountered real Vulcans in this show, I was bothered, but I couldn't hang with them. Not in a second.
No.
It's not gonna happen. How they're united in a federation is beyond me. It just seems very difficult to get along with somebody like that.
Yeah.
So it was kind of weird because I was just used to Spock's warmth. That makes it logical, but also warm. And this was a very much more cold approach to everything.
There's no tact.
No,
at all.
None whatsoever.
There is fact and there is not fact. I'm going to say anything I see to be fact, and one of those is humans are inferior.
We did skip over one part that I really did
please.
like, which is we have them practicing, and Rom is just awful. Like we had him in the field being terrible, and then he's at bat, and he's even worse. And Cisco just flips out on him. He's like, that's it. You're done. You're off the team. Pack your stuff. Get out of here.
Yeah.
And I liked how that all played out because I like them at the bar and everybody has got Rom's back because
Yeah.
Cisco is being a butthead about the whole thing.
Yeah.
And Rom, to his credit, and it's 100% the character of Rom, he's like, no. I want you guys to have fun and play the game. I'm bad at it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's the self-awareness. He knows and he wants them to all do it. And like even Nog, his son, is like, if you're not on the team, I don't want to play. I don't care about it. He goes, no, play. I want you to play and I will sit in the stands and watch it.
Yeah.
And I loved that because it's such his character.
Right.
Yeah.
And it does set us up, obviously, for that wonderful emotional moment that Cisco gets to have a little bit of growth.
Yeah.
So, but I loved that whole scene in the bar with all of them.
Yeah.
The
They're all just
ironic,
like, yeah, we're done. We're quitting.
the ironic part is I'm just looking at the Wikipedia. Max Grodnicek, who played Rom, was actually a baseball player in real life and almost
Incredible.
went pro.
No way.
So that explains
Yeah.
why the spinning.
Yeah.
Like you have to go
Like,
so
so
far to
far.
be bad.
Apparently, they forced him to switch hands because he was so good at playing right-handed.
Incredible.
And
Play
that's the
left-handed
thing,
so you
right?
can make it look like you're bad at this.
When you're good at a thing, it's really hard to
Yeah.
look bad at it.
Yeah.
So you have to go comically bad.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So that's perfect.
Yeah, because you don't know how to do it. It's like telling a plus team to just go easy on the other team. It's like I don't know how to do
Yeah.
that.
Right.
What do you want me to do? Yeah, that's super cool. So just to get towards the end of this thing, we get to the game with the Vulcans, and they're just getting stomped left and right. I mean, and they knew it was going to happen. I mean, 4 runs. I was actually shocked they even got out of the top of the first inning.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I mean, in Little League we have rules where 5 runs and then you gotta switch.
Yeah.
But majors don't do that. Like you can just.
I mean, I think part of the understanding is that even though it doesn't look like it, like theoretically, Jake is an okay pitcher.
yeah.
Right.
Like
Mhm.
they're better. We did also, I do have to mention it. We do get a very brief scene where we see Odo practicing.
Oh
Yes.
my
And
gosh.
it's so cute.
Oh my gosh.
It's
I love
Because
awesome.
he's
that.
so serious. Because at one point, when Cisco asks him to be the umpire, he's like, you better get practicing your moves. And he's like, my moves. And then
Yeah.
he does.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Ah,
And he yells
And
it
it's-
just like an umpire would. You're
Yes.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh. He goes
Perfect.
110%.
Yeah.
And
So
it's
good.
Kira that sees him,
yeah.
and that's even better because they have a prior relationship. They knew each other before the series started.
Yeah.
They were friends already.
Mhm.
So her seeing him doing that and just having the little smirk
Yeah.
and then walking away, it was great.
It was
I loved
great.
that so
I
much.
loved it so much.
Yeah.
So he's actually crushing it being an umpire out there.
Mhm.
He's doing a really great job making the calls. But at one point he calls something a out or strike, which
Mhm.
took a batter out, and it should have been a ball according to Cisco. And you can't have a baseball game without a coach coming over to yell at an umpire. That's just
Mhm.
particularly a dramatic
Also-
TV version of a baseball game.
Yes.
Worf's argument
Yes.
is
Yes.
absolutely perfect. It is 100% Worf arguing balls and strikes the way that he does. I lost it.
So
I
good.
was wheezing. I was laughing so hard.
I forgot what he said. I feel like a dummy.
I can't even remember, but it's perfectly
Very
Worf
Worfy.
because it's very
Yeah.
overstated and wordy. And yeah, because it's Worf gets the concept. That's the best part about it. He gets just enough of the concept to know what he's doing, but he has to be a Klingon about it the whole time. And it's
Well, and
just-
it's that,
right.
and it's that whole, like for you to lie about this not being a ball, like that is dishonorable.
Right.
You know
Oh,
what I
absolutely.
mean?
And it's still sporting games. I don't think Worf's gonna kill anybody yet. But Cisco comes over to argue and taps Odo on the chest.
Mhm.
And Odo, being the rules lawyer that he is, has to throw Cisco out of the game because Cisco has
Mhm.
made contact with the umpire.
And he
or umpire.
cites-
Empire.
He
Mhm.
cites
Yes, he does.
like rule and paragraph.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's like,
Yeah.
you can look it up from the bleachers.
Awesome.
Incredible.
Yeah, I felt kind of bad for Cisco. Like, you hired this guy in, and now you're being thrown out because he's that good. So Cisco has to sit out the game, and that's very disappointing. But it gives him a chance to see Rom out on the stands. And Rom says
They couldn't have at least replicated him some like Cracker Jacks.
I know,
Right?
Yeah.
Like give the man
A
a
hot
give the man a
dog,
hot
something.
dog.
Yeah, because he's out there by himself. Because there was a holographic audience or in
Yeah.
the stands,
Yeah.
and then they cut them off. I can't remember why they cut them off, but they turned
Because
Cisco-
my team hasn't played it with an audience.
Oh,
We don't
okay.
have the budget for all these extras.
We
for
do
more
not
than
have
one
the
day.
budget.
We got 1 day worth of extras budget.
Yeah, and we're
Yeah.
gonna shoot the pivotal scenes with them, and we're gonna erase them for the rest of it.
Yep. I love Rom's clapping though.
Oh gosh, when he's clapping on the
Because he's
back
so
of his
excited and he's clapping the back of his hand. It's perfect.
It's awesome.
It's just great.
And he's the spirit of baseball in this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think
Mhm.
that's the point. Is he's not
Yeah.
very good, but he knows
Because they
it's
talk
fun.
about how it's a game that's going to be their advantage against
Right.
the Vulcans. Is it's
Mhm.
the game that needs heart.
Yeah,
Mhm.
They
Right.
don't
It
have
does.
that.
it does. Baseball is for everybody.
Yeah.
Good, bad, in the middle, whatever. You always welcome to come play baseball.
Mhm.
You might not get paid for it, but you're always welcome somewhere.
Do you have a
can
ball
play.
and a stick? Great.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're welcome to the team. Let's
Yeah.
play some baseball. And I like that's what Cisco sees when he's out in the stands and decides, okay, we're not winning this game. There's no way we're winning this game. So I'm just going to let someone who really wants to play this game go play it and have some fun because it's already over. And that's when we get Rom out to take some swings. And I think we've got Nog on second base maybe or on third.
Third base.
Yeah.
Third.
He's
yeah.
on third base and Rom is up to hit. And this is when, like you said, the bunt signal. You know, what is it? And they're all doing it together. Rom
Yeah.
has no idea what's going on. And
Even though
I
they
love
went,
that.
we see them going over it
yes.
at
Yeah.
the bar earlier.
Mhm.
Yeah, they're talking about signals and how everything works, and they do it, you know, the bunt.
And then he's just holding the bat.
He just holds it like he's trying to lean in to see what they're saying,
Uh-huh.
and the pitcher throws it just
Pitches right into it.
pitches right at the bat.
So good.
And then Rom runs more than I think Rom's ever ran in his life.
Mhm.
If I wasn't sure, I thought they put a body double out there to run for him based on the way he was walking around all the time. But yeah, and it gave Nog an opportunity to go in for the slide and score
Yes.
one run in this
Right.
baseball game. And
I mean, Nog for sure got on base because his strike zone is like non-existent.
oh,
Right.
yeah, it's just
Mhm.
so
Minuscule.
small.
Yep.
Oh, we didn't even bring up the part where one of them got out into the runner did not touch home
Yeah.
plate.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
And Nog
The
is like,
Vulcan.
Nog
what
was
do
smart
I
enough.
do? And I was like,
Because Odo's just standing there.
Yeah,
Right.
yes.
And Nog goes over to their bench and keeps tapping one. Is
And
that what the
look-
one? Is that the one?
Go over there and kill.
Is that the one? And as soon as he taps the one, you're out of there.
Yeah. What am I
So
supposed to do?
good.
Find him and kill him. I love Worf so much. Worf also shouted "Death to the opposition" at one
Yes.
point.
Yeah.
It was just the greatest.
That was the
10 out of
chatter.
10
Yeah, that was-
would play
yeah, they were
baseball
like,
with
hey,
Worf.
better, hey,
Mhm.
better, death to the opposition. Okay. Yeah, I would play with Worf. Sounds like
Yeah.
a great time.
Yep.
So they bunted, they scored at least one run, and then they celebrate in the bar with like manufactured triumph or something. I can't remember what they called it.
Mhm.
Because Solak comes in, he's like, you didn't win. And,
Yeah, because they
Well, even
pick
before
Rom
that,
up, they carry him off.
carry
You know
him
what I
off.
mean?
yeah,
And then
Like they just won the
Solak
game.
goes and complains to Odo.
yeah.
And what does Solak do? He touches
Touches.
Odo.
Yeah.
He touches Odo.
And he gets thrown out.
He's
So.
yeah, out of there. But yeah, they're back, and Solak just doesn't understand why they would celebrate a loss, and that's where Cisco kind of gets to like, we lost, but it was a triumph anyway. We all played a full game of
Mhm.
baseball. We hung in there for 9 innings. We scored a run. There's a lot to be happy about that day, and it was kind of cool to watch Cisco effectively just say, I'm done holding the grudge. And so I don't care.
Yeah.
It's way more fun
Yep.
to do this than to be grumpy about you all the
Mhm.
time. And that was super great. I loved it. And they had the signed baseball at the end. And I love Worf's signature. It's just all caps. Like he wouldn't write that in Klingon. He writes it in English letters.
I also liked how butthurt Solak was and not understanding. But you didn't win the game. It's like, yeah, that's not what it's all about, dude. And they just keep, ragging on him. And it's like,
oh, it's so good.
Because there's nothing people like that hate more than people being happy.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
They were out to crush their spirits, especially Solak. He already hates Sisko so much, enough to write papers about him.
Right.
And it kind of took the wind out of his sails to see Sisko happy to have lost is really weird. I thoroughly enjoyed watching the Star Trek version of baseball. I liked that baseball hasn't changed since 1994. Even though it's hundreds of years into the future, we're still like the Atlanta Braves. And
I believe, doesn't Jake have an A's hat on at the beginning of
there were
practice?
several different teams represented.
Well, I know there's a San Francisco Giants hat.
Yeah, Sisko's wearing a Giants hat.
Sisko's wearing that.
Jake's
I think Jake wore an A's
Braves.
hat.
No, it was a Braves hat.
Braves hat.
What was really funny for me was watching it now. When he goes to Odo and says, "Hey, I want you to be the umpire," and Odo's like, "Why don't you get a holographic umpire?" You know, and he goes, "I don't want a mechanical umpire. Nobody wants that." Yeah, they're doing that now in professional baseball.
Right?
Gross. Nobody
It's
wants
very
that.
bad.
Yeah,
no one wants it.
No one actually wants it. Bring back umpires. I don't even watch baseball, and I'm offended at the notion. Because who are you supposed to yell at? Like, what is it, the devil? Like, where's the drama come in if it's not an umpire making calls? Like, come on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not here to argue how absolutely broken the future is. I gotta say for myself, Deep Space Nine was really fun. I love Star Trek. I wish I watched it more regularly. I've always enjoyed any of it that I've ever seen. So I definitely need to make time. I don't know if it's on the treadmill. There for a little while, I was watching TNG on the treadmill, just to make sure I was using the 45 minutes.
Yep. I've done that.
I got to get to the end of this episode, then I can stop. And Deep Space Nine didn't tarnish that opinion at all. Like I liked this episode a lot. I thought the characters were really fun. I would love to see more of them. And I know it was a little bit, you said this was the most animated Sisko probably has been on the show.
Yeah.
But I liked him enough.
He's not bad. He's just not, like, he is bookended by two absolutely top tier captains.
Yeah, that's the hard part.
So it's tough.
Yeah.
In a vacuum,
He had big
Sisko
shoes.
in a vacuum, Sisko is fine. Avery Brooks's performance is great, but you're putting him up against Picard and Janeway. Like Patrick Stewart and Kate Mulgrew. That's not fair to anyone.
No.
Yeah.
Fire torpedoes and give me my coffee.
Yeah. So anyway, that's to say I need to watch more Star Trek. I had a wonderful time with this one. Audie, what'd you think?
This was interesting for me. This felt like a comedy and not a Star Trek episode. But knowing it's a bottle episode with the holosuite, I was like, yeah, that checks. So that's fine. So it did not inspire me to want to watch any more DS9. I was just like, okay, I've seen it. Cool.
Yeah, been there. How about you, Travis?
Oh, I want to watch more. It's the series. DS9 is the series I've watched the least of, kind of that run of Star Trek. I just enjoy the Star Trek world. I like the characters and I like what they do. And it is, for me, it is like quintessential. Put it on and just have Star Trek running, like how, we were watching MASH for a while, and it was just have episodes of MASH going while you're doing things. Star Trek is that for me. It used to be, for a long time, when I would go hang out with my friend Justin, we would sit around and we would play, we'd have our PCs, we'd be playing games, and it was either Star Trek or some anime playing in the background constantly, just in a loop.
Yep. Amy.
I just watched it. I did just watch it. And I mean, like I said, it's not my favorite Star Trek, but I did really, there's a lot of good in there. I feel like in the earlier seasons, I feel like it maybe would have benefited from having a sooner end point, maybe. Not that there's
Mhm.
nothing good in the later seasons. I just feel like they kind of were digging for a little bit.
Yeah.
But now I'm watching Voyager and everything's great because I too just love Star Trek. So here we
Awesome.
are.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's great. Sounds like everybody had a good enough time. We did get some email about this episode from our good friend Dev Harry C, who
Nice.
says, "Hey all, thanks for this little diversion into both baseball and DS9. This one brings back so many memories, and it has lots of lore behind it. Travis probably knows all this, but oh well, here goes. Rom, the
Bring it.
worst player on the team, was in fact the best baseball player among all of DS9's regular and recurring cast. The actor couldn't play as badly as needed, so he played left-handed despite being a righty. Nana Visitor, Kira, was the worst player
Yeah.
of the cast by far.
Mhm.
Cyril Lofton, Jake, is the nephew of MLB player Kenny Lofton. So somebody doing baseball in the family. Lita's uniform reads simply Lita. Her character was never given a full name during DS9.
She didn't need one.
Nah. The crew got to play baseball during their lunch break at the location, which was the Loyola Marymount University. That's where they played.
Oh.
cool.
And last, that baseball appears again in the 31st century. Harold. Okay. All right.
Dang.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's cool tidbits. Thank you
Nice.
so much,
Yeah.
Harry. If you ever come up with more tidbits on a show we watch, please share with us.
I will say I did not know that Sirach Lofton was Kenny Lofton's nephew. But
No.
that's pretty cool.
That's
neat.
Kenny
Cool.
Lofton, a highly
Mhm.
underrated baseball player.
There you go.
Mhm.
Did we get anything from the socials?
We did. I got a message from the Blue Skies from our friend Skeezix.
Nice.
So this was Skeezix. Her message. Sorry to miss last week. I was exhausted after a full weekend with my nephews in Asheville, which means I didn't get a nap. I was psyched to hear this week's episode would be one of my favorite of the comedic episodes of DS9. So
Nice.
That's fair.
Good.
works for
Yeah.
me.
Good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
While I was somewhat familiar with the Trek universe, when DS9 started, it was the first show I was able to watch consistently, and to this day is still my favorite.
See,
At
I
this-
think that's how it is, man.
Yeah,
You
It's-
you get that formative one, and
right.
that's just where you're at.
Yeah.
At this point in the 7th season, it's the height of the Dominion War, and some levity was definitely needed.
Mm.
In no particular order, my favorite parts of the episodes are A, Cisco facing against his old Academy nemesis Solok.
Mhm.
It's so obvious Cisco has been living rent-free in Solok's head, which is quite illogical when you think about it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I would bet this baseball challenge was years in planning to get more material for additional papers on the illogical emotional reactions of humans.
Wow.
I
let's see,
mean, why else would you train your entire Vulcan crew on how to play baseball?
right?
Yeah.
A
no, that's
human
good point.
sport. Humans
Yeah.
who are not as good as you, and you play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that was one annoyed Vulcan at the end when he couldn't understand how the Niners could celebrate despite losing.
Yeah.
He was so confused and certainly did not get the response/result he was expecting. And then also the training montage, the huge ball cap for the Ferengi heads. Death to the opposition.
Mm-hmm.
This must have been a fun episode to film. I remember from a rewatch podcast that Max, who plays Rom, was actually quite skilled in the game and had to practice
Mhm.
playing badly. Thanks for picking this one. Live long and prosper, and may the prophets guide you. Skeezix.
Awesome. Thank you so
Nice.
much for that email, Skeezix. That is
Yes.
great. I love
Love
how much you love this show. That's fantastic. If you have any thoughts that you would like to share or any feedback to give us, you can send that as an email to thosewerethe@gmail.com or find us over there on Blue Sky at thosedayshow.bsky.social, and all of our individual socials can be found also in our show notes. And if you want to join us in chit chat during the week, a lot of us are very active over there at twodorks.net/discord, where you can join our Discord and hang out with us on the off time. But sports is not over. We've got more happening, more shows to talk about. And next week, Amy is going to bring us another show.
So I went down the Steven route and I chose a show that is not a sports show, but there is a sports episode.
Nice.
I chose a show that is finally streaming again after it has been missing for quite some time. So we will be watching Season 2, Episode 5 of The Munsters. Herman's
Nice.
Coach of the Year. Available on Peacock or the Roku channel. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
That silences
Yeah.
my stunned mouth again.
Oh my
look on my
gosh.
face.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait. The
I've
Munsters.
literally, since we started doing this show, I've been waiting for this show to pop back up outside of bad YouTube. But
Yeah.
I was ready.
Right.
Like at some point it was going to happen.
Yes.
Yeah, the Munsters.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, this
that
is gonna be fun.
Going to be amazing. I cannot wait. Thank you so much, Amy, for bringing that show. I will be happy to talk about my love for the Munsters next week.
Yes.
But I'd like to thank everyone for joining us here tonight in the live chat. And if you are listening, we really appreciate it. Hey, you know what? There's ratings and stuff out there on some of them podcasts and apps. You press that little 5-star button because you love us a whole lot. We would be eternally grateful. But that was, when you got the time, is all I'm saying. Thank you so much for being here and joining us with this little bit of a nostalgia on Those Were the Days. For myself, Audie, Amy, and Travis, we will see you next time. Bye, everybody.
You're out of here.